Good. I'll give him update. I'll give him update on the Zeno.
Oh, whoa. We got people in the chat. I didn't even know he's here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
What's up, folks? We were just jabbering away, and then I just happened to look over and I saw Rick was here, and I see Floyd, and hey, what's going on? We were just talking about some Black Friday deals and stuff that we had stumbled across, and there was actually one or two that I even surprised Ron about. He was like, I didn't even know they sold drones. I was like, yeah, and I guess a couple of decent deals. And we may have to get some, because this particular place that we're talking about, they have to this incentive program that they have. I know nothing about, so we'll have to pull Bill in on that one so he can give us a little definition of what's going on.
I sure can.
All right. So with that being said, this is Drone Therapy, the Bucket List Boys, with myself, Bill Deadthomas from Coast to Coast Drones, and I will pass it over to Mr. Ron Brown.
Hello, this is Ron from RC World on Facebook and Ron Brown on YouTube. Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here tonight. We got a great show for you. We're going to set you up with some great holiday deals. If you got any drone people in your list you have to buy for, or more importantly, buy for yourself. So on that note, I'll turn it over to Bill H.
Thanks a lot, Ron. I'm Bill from Bill the Drone Reviewer, not only on Facebook, but on YouTube as well. And got a wonderful group out there. Yeah, we got lots to talk about tonight. One of the things that I wanted to mention was there's a guide that DJI just put out, and I have a video coming out about this week. It's a beginner's guide for when you get your first drone, what you should do. So got a lot of great things coming up to talk about, a lot of drone news. So take it away, Mr. Bill Thomas.
Well, forgive me, gentlemen. I haven't opened my first energy drink, so I need to go ahead and do that. So I'll be inspired for the rest of the evening. But anyway, some stuff that I really thought would be cool, and I would like to get some input. People in the chat too. You all can give us input. If you all know of any great Black Friday deals that I'm not covering, that we might not, that you just throw it into the chat and bring it up, and we'll get it out there and try to get more information out, and maybe somebody will see it on the replay too. As sure as everybody's seen, there's been a lot of stuff going on. DJI's got tons of stuff out going through Best Buy, on Amazon. You got the Spark's got the controller, and the drone itself's got a deal, I think, for $359. You got the Fly More combo is going around $459. Okay, then we're going on to the Mavic Air. So it's, oh wow, we're going for a promotional Black Friday deal of $699. The Fly More combo is going at $899. Anybody's interested in the goggles, the racing edition, the original price $549, $100 off on Black Friday for $449. Osmo 2 Mobile, $20 off, going to be $119. Tello Boost combo. Something's making me think that's like the extra battery deal. I'm not sure what all is with it. I'm pretty sure there's an extra battery, maybe some extra propellers, stuff like that. If normally $150, they're going to have it on Black Friday deal for $99. The Tello itself is going to go for $79. That's wow. Best Buy, stuff like that. You got any more to throw in on that, Bill?
Yeah. One of the things, DJI's, the sale is going to run for them in North America from November 18th through November 27th. That's for Black Friday. And then the winter holiday sale is going to be from December 9th through January the 2nd. And they already have a splash page up. Now, I'm going to be doing a video. It's going to be coming out tomorrow on this. And that splash page is going to have daily, they're going to have up to 200 coupons. And you'll be able to save up to 10% on some accessories, accessory packages. And they'll have you take this like real quick, brief little quiz in order to get it. But there's only going to be 200 of these coupons a day. So I mean, they're generating a lot of excitement, and I think it's a perfect time. And I think also too, what the good thing is with all of this for me is I think DJI's doing this right. They're generating a lot of interest. Plus, you're going to see Mavic 2 sales still go well. I spoke to a drone retailer, one of the largest drone retailers in the United States. They can't keep enough Mavic 2s on the shelves right now. They're both the Pro and the Zoom. They're selling them like crazy. So this is going to be, DJI is going to get new all over the place.
Really? You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, Bill, I have a question for you. I saw that they had a deal. They had a package DJI where you get the Mavic 2 Pro and the racing goggles for a certain price. Was that a pretty good deal? I don't remember the exact price on that package.
I think it was like $100 off, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have that right in front of me. Yeah, I think it was like $100 off, and that is a good deal. And especially like he was telling me, he said, I can't keep enough of them on the shelves. He said they come in, they're out the door. I mean, you know, and even
right. I mean, the packages you get, the racing goggles along with the Mavic 2 Pro, it was a special pricing on the bundle.
Yeah,
and if I'm not mistaken, the racing goggles, unlike the original DJI goggles, which can only be used with DJI products like the Mavic and the Phantom, the racing edition ones can with 5.8, you can use them with a non-DJI like racing drone.
Absolutely, and that going to make it very versatile. That's why that's such a good deal. Plus, anytime you can save money when you see the letters DJI, it's a good day, and especially being able to get a state-of-the-art drone like a Mavic 2 and being able to get those racing goggles. I mean, that's a huge bonus.
Yes. Yeah. I think the price is somewhere in the ballpark of, like, we'll say, you know, $1649 for the bundle of the goggles and the Mavic 2 Pro, which yeah, it seems like that's more like half off the goggles then, because the Mavic Pro will cost you $14.99 on its own. So if you're only adding, even if it was $16.99, if you're only adding $150 or $200 to that price point, that's a savings of more than 50% off the racing goggles.
That's an incredible deal. That really is.
Yeah. Instead of speculating, I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, very cool. And with that being said, if y'all don't have a whole lot of extra cash, I have found a few other places with some really cool Black Friday deals for some lower end toy drones that if you don't want to wait for the long boat from China to get here for something, you know, a less expensive one that you can pick up locally in your stores. Walmart has got some deals. They've got the Vivitar AeroView video drone for $70, say $69.99. I think that's around $45 to $50 off. They've also got the smaller, sharper image streaming drone that's normally about $59 or $60. I think it's going to be $38. And then they've also got the Sky Viper Fury stunt drone. It's like the $49 one. They took $20 off it, so it's going to be on sale for $30. Then if you jump over to Best Buy, we got a couple of good deals over there that I'm sure that we'll need to take a pause for a minute to talk about one of them in particular for sure. But they're both really good deals. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the Parrot Bebop 2. Is going to be breaking at $249.99. And that's a phenomenal drone for that price, folks. I mean, it shoots incredible footage. But here's the one that's really surprising us all. Brian Singleton walked in and got one the other day because it kind of shocked him when he looked at it. And it's true, it's real, and it's actually a Black Friday deal, and it's available now, I'm pretty sure. The GoPro Karma with the GoPro Hero 6 camera with an extra set of props and an extra battery for $699.99. So basically, you're paying about $50 for the drone. And if you haven't checked it out, please go over to True Drone Reviews and check out, because Brian's been testing it here the last few days. He's put up 2 or 3, maybe even 4 videos by now. I hadn't had a chance to look in a little bit.
Yeah, bro. He has I think he has 4 up, and he has a real test flight where he gives it, you know, puts it up for 10 minutes, and he has a couple other ones where he takes it up just for real short runs. But so far, the thing's performing well for him. You know, no issues of falling out of the sky or batteries falling out or whatever the recall was. So, like you said before, the GoPro Hero 6 is $349 if you buy it on its own, and the Karma Stick's $2.99. So again, we're $50 for a drone. It's like buying a toy drone. If you need the other stuff, if you already have a Hero 6 and a Karma grip, then it's not a good deal.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I'm wondering if they're going to offer the grip and the drone for like $200.
Oh, I think it won't be long before you'll see a lower price than even the $6.99 if you want to wait, if you don't need the stuff.
Another thing too, if they're going to stop production, or
which they have, they already have. Yeah.
How long are your batteries going to live? Are you going to run into a solo issue?
Well, yeah. Everybody says 2 years. Everybody says after 2 years on these smart batteries, you're living on borrowed time after 2 years. That's what they say. But I think my Phantom 4 batteries are 2 years old, and they only have lost a minute or two off of their, what I used to get when I had them new. So I mean, they could go tomorrow, but for right now, I'm doing well with 2-year-old smart batteries on a Phantom 4.
Hollering at you from the chat there, Bill. Did you notice that one? And I see Thomas take off on us. That's perfectly fine, Thomas. We understand that you might have some stuff to do. But yeah, I've still got a few more things to talk about from Black Friday deals too. Maybe you'll catch them on the replay. But anyway, with the
one quick note before we get away from the GoPro. Yeah. You can buy it without the camera for $5.99. So I mean, that's how good the $6.99 deal is, because you would pay $5.99 just to get the drone.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if they're not going to do something, if it's not going to be long before, because people are going to end up just saying, no, I'm not going to buy it if it's only going to last me 6 months.
Yeah.
Because when was the last one built?
Good question.
That's where you got to start counting. Is the clock's got to start ticking.
Right. Yeah, I did a video on that about it. I think it was about 8 months ago when they stopped production. Okay,
so you've already got, so your newest batteries are already 8 months old. And
yeah.
And all his stuff, the camera, the drone, the grip, the batteries were almost all dead. The controller, when he pulled them out of the box, that's how long stuff had been sitting around. That the batteries didn't even have the half charge on them.
Well, that was the thing about it is at least they came back. That's cool. All right, since we've got that all covered, I'm gonna the last surprise that I came up with, and this was the one that kind of shocked Ron, and get Bill to help us with the other explanation on this, is Kohl's on Black Friday is going to have the Spark, the DJI Spark, just by itself without the controller for $299. And you also get back $90 worth of Kohl cash. We'll get to that. Okay. And then you've also got the Propel Skyrider. That's normally, I think, a $70 drone. They've knocked $20 off of it for $50, and you receive $15 worth of Kohl cash. They have the larger, sharper image streaming drone that's normally like, say, $130, I think, and they've knocked it down to $79.99, and you also get $15 worth of Kohl cash. Now, they have another little drone that I think is normally $59.99. It's called the Braha S900 streaming drone. And I swear, to me, it looks like a SEMA X5C clone. So, it's going to be a good, sturdy little drone, especially if it's just a rebrand. And they only want $30 for it. So that's a great deal, because it's hard to find them anymore around. They're usually $30 to $35 all the time. And you can pick this up at your local Kohl's. And so with that, I'll let Bill explain what Kohl's cash is.
Well, I got just to tell you, I got familiar with Kohl's cash with my daughter. My daughter is a Kohl's addict. In fact, today's her birthday, and her birthday gift was a Kohl's gift card from Valerie. So, but what Kohl's cash is they give you a certificate printed up. It'll have $90 on it. And you can come back to the store. It's usually a week later. You can't use it immediately, but you can spend it on anything in the store up to $90 and get it. So it's like, it really is like cash, but it's only good at Kohl's. You have to spend it there at Kohl's.
Well, wouldn't that be something if they sold DJI Spark controllers?
Oh.
Now, what I can tell you, I did see every one of those drones on display because usually at Christmas they have toys out like crazy at Kohl's.
Yeah.
But I did see every one of those drones you mentioned except for the Spark. The Spark's only available to order. They don't have it in physically on a display in the store to see.
Interesting.
Como está?
I got to get over the Kohl's more.
Oh, he said hello from the Philippines, so I said hello. How are you back? See,
Oh,
Dave,
okay, great.
yeah,
I
David
see.
in the chat said hello from the Philippines.
Hello, David.
Yeah. Oh yes, Ron.
Yes.
They're asking for an update on the Xeno.
Yeah.
The Xeno update. Well, I got an email about maybe 10 days ago from Hubson since I have ordered it, and they said that they would be shipping like 62 of them to the U.S. like the next day. And they were supposed to ship them on the 30th, but these email came in maybe around the 2nd or 3rd of November. So they said that however you ordered it, you would get in that order. Like I ordered mine on September 30th, so I'm sure I'm in the front of the line. So then another like 5 days or so passed, and you get an email saying they have shipped, and you will be getting a tracking number soon for the Xeno. Well, it's like almost a whole week's passed already since they said I was getting a tracking number. No tracking number.
Oh wow!
So and DJ have their forums. The people are mad on the forums. They're saying, you know, at least you can send a tracking number. And is this thing ever going to show? And you know, people are upset. But Bill, you has the same experience. If you ever try to order a drone from China from a Chinese company and a Chinese reseller, those things take forever to come. A month is the minimum or whatever from the ship date. I ordered 2 years ago. I ordered this little drone called the Elfie. The Elfie, it was heavily promoted on Gear, Best, Bad, Good, all the sites right before Christmas, like in the November month, and it was like $49.99. It was like a clone of that the Zero Tech Dobby, but it didn't have GPS, all the goodies. I ordered that thing like somewhere in the middle of November, expecting for Christmas. That thing took 2 months to arrive. And it wasn't just me, because even all the reviewers all had them, but no real person, a non-reviewer, got them until like the end of January.
That's crazy.
But so again, I'm not.
That was
I don't have any tracking number, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Xeno's out there tomorrow. But so far, no sign of it, no idea when it's coming, no tracking number. No more information from Sam or Shally. It's like you know, but the next batch is supposed to ship on the 20th. Well, the 20th is only a few days away now from the second batch going out.
Yeah,
the people
who about to get bogged down and all that traffic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the day after Thanksgiving, it's like whoosh.
Oh yeah. So my only fear is my Xeno will arrive after the weather turns to real winter here. And on that note, we have a snow forecast for tomorrow here in South Jersey, a couple inches of snow, and we rarely ever get snow before Thanksgiving.
Yes, Floyd, we sure did. And David, my wife was here. She would translate for me. But I just wanted to say, since you said you were from the Philippines, I wanted to let you know that I knew how to say hello. I'm not going to tell you the other one because you might think I'm a little strange if I said that. But yes, you know. But my wife taught me how to say "I love you" and stuff like that. So, but you know,
cool.
Little...
Hey, Bill, I'm moving on from the Xeno. I got a Black Friday deal. I just found out today. Just came across today. This is a good one. You ready?
Go for it.
Remember the Parrot Anafi? It came out this summer. It was like had the zoom lens. It was a hot thing. I think what was the price? $6.99 on that when it came out, or $7.99, or
it was $6.99, Ron.
$6.99. Well, it's been discounted recently, but I think just today, Adorama, which is a camera store in New York City, but they're mostly sell their products online. They have it right now today for $549 with controller.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow. Is it so $550?
Yeah.
Is it
$549?
Okay, but not $549.99.
Oh, I don't know about the cents.
No, that's fine. But still, that okay.
Okay, but let me ask you this question, Bill. Hold on.
All right.
What would that price be at $549 now, and then Mavic Air being down to $699? What's the better buy?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go there. I've never seen the footage from Anafi. I've seen what's been online. I have seen the footage with the Mavic Air. I've played with the footage from the Mavic Air. I could kick myself for buying the Mavic Air, but but that was my own mistake. I like the little drone. I'm sure eventually I'll, just like I did with the Spark, I'll figure out ways to get what I want to out of it. But right now, it feels limited to me. I like the Big Bird, but the weather's been so hinky here lately. We've been getting like 40-mile-an-hour gusts when there's been no wind at all, and then like 2 seconds later we'll get like a whoosh, and I'm like, I want to wait till the weatherman says there's no gusts coming.
Right.
I don't want to, but yeah, those are incredible deals. But here's my other question. With all these discounts on these less expensive drones, I know it's just riddled with smaller drones. So everybody's going to be cutting to make a buck. I'm still thinking that there's a possibility that we'll see a drone in Las Vegas when people go to CES. But I think it's going to be the small drone like you were thinking to begin with.
I think it could be the Tello 2. That'll be a year anniversary for the Tello 1. Why not put the Tello 2 out at
Spark 4K or the Spark Pro?
Exactly. That's another good thought.
Everything I hear about CES, Bill and Ron, everything that I'm getting is that what we'll probably see out there will be that all-in-one controller.
Right.
Because, I went back and I researched and I looked at all the events that DJI has done for all the releases that they have done. And one of the things historically out at CES, last year, you remember, they came out with the Osmo Mobile 2. DJI is a lot like Apple. I think Ron even pointed this out. They love to control everything. I mean, when they're holding an event, it's them. It's not, somebody next to them, because Autel's going to be in a booth. I already researched it. They're a booth down from DJI at CES. There's other drone manufacturers that are going to be around there, and they want to have everything. They want to be in charge of this. So if they're going to do anything, it's going to be what I've always called like a soft release, and I think it's going to be this all-in-one remote. Now, one of the things that I think with this all-in-one remote, I think it's going to be compatible, I think, going forward, not going backwards, but going forward with items, because the technology that's going to be in there, it's going to have that new OcuSync 2.0 that's going to mesh up with the Mavic 2. But I think when you see new versions like the Spark 2 coming out, when you see like a Mavic Air 2 coming out and so forth, it's going to be compatible with those because of the image transmission system, and maybe even a Phantom 5 with OcuSync 2.0. But I don't think there's going to be any drone out at CES this year.
I agree with Bill. I mean, from like you said, like Apple likes to control it. Why would you release a premium product like the Phantom 5 at CES and have it share the headlines with an 8K TV and a new laptop or something like that? Why? So a report will come on and that'll just be one thing on a checkoff list of many items. Why not hold your own event and be the spotlight? You'd be the only thing in the article. They would be foolish to release the Phantom 5 at CES because that's a flagship product that needs its own show. It needs to be the not only the star of the show, but the only member of the show. It doesn't need to be in there with a million big screen TVs and whatnot.
And with that, this event that's coming up in New York City on the 28th, and we're all pretty much have decided that, and I posted pictures today out there what the Good Morning America set's like. You're lucky to get 50 to maybe 60 people inside there, okay? And we've already seen the FCC grant ID, the label for this Osmo mobile device. There's been pictures of it already out there, so we know what this is going to look like. And again, this is, even though DJI is still controlling something like this is, and you look, and Billy brought up a good point, Billy Kyle, when he said, if you look at the ad or the pictorial for this, the image, it looks rather childish. It's not professional. You know, it really does not give the sense or connotation as being something professional. And also too, DJI with professional releases have done that on the West Coast, okay? Because if you remember, both the Inspire 2 and the Phantom 4 Pro were announced at the same time out in Los Angeles. So that's where they're going to do a Phantom 5. It's going to be out in Los Angeles, and they may even pair that up with an Inspire 3.
I mean, Apple kind of does the same thing. Their big releases come on the West Coast, like their iPhones and whatever, and their smaller releases happen in New York City. So, and you mentioned Billy. Billy actually said it was cartoonish. The thing for the, you know, that was his exact quote. But on a note, I want to piggyback off what you said about probably be the all-in-one controller at CES. Here's another buy for people. Anybody that needs an iPad Mini 4 to fly their Phantom or Mavic with, $249 at Best Buy on Black Friday.
That's excellent.
That's the lowest price I've ever seen for it. Somebody said, well, maybe that means the 5's coming out. No, what I think that price means is the iPad Mini's no longer going to be a product. So you might as well get it now before it's not a product anymore. Because Apple's made their latest iPhones bigger. So I mean, they have a 6.5-inch phone now, so they probably don't see a need for a 7-inch tablet when you have the 6.5-inch phone.
I love having my Mini when I'm flying. It is a perfect size.
Yeah, but that's a you know, another good buy, a drone related buy. And I'm gonna Greg, while I'm on here, I have a few toy drones I want to go through, if that's okay, Bill. I'll go through them real fast. I won't bog down. Most of these are online. I don't have many in-store deals like Bill. We're all of his toy drone flies are all MGX fans. They make some real good toy drones.
Appearance. Apparently, it's in the chat.
Oh, okay. I see him. Oh, Billy. Yeah, I'll say hello, Bill. Hello, Billy Kyle. I'll have to type it. He's listening. But MGX Bugs Mini with camera, with FPV camera, $65.99 at GearBest. It was $50 last week without a camera, but now they're including the camera version for $65. The MGX Bugs 8 Pro, like a racing drone, $75 at GearBest with no camera. The MGX Bugs 5W, listen to this. It's like a $179 drone, but if you put $10 down, you can get it for $99. And that comes with camera, with everything. It's GPS. It goes 1,000 meters. I mean, the camera's a crappy toy camera, but it does articulate. But how about the $10 down deal or whatever? Remember, we were kids that used to say no money down. Now we're back to money down for stuff. But you know, that's an unusual promotion. I've never seen it before. Yeah. The MGX Bugs 2, $92.99 at GearBest. Bugs 2, again, GPS drone, goes 1,000 meters out, 1080p, toy camera, but the fly is great. A couple of Hubsan products. Here's something I bet you people don't know about. Here's a real deal. At TomTop.com, good old TomTop, they have the Hubsan H501S, the white edition, $119.99, and it's in the U.S. warehouse, so you can get it in a couple days. That's normally sells for $200 or above. Here's another Hubsan, the Hubsan H216A. It's a GPS, but it's a brush motor GPS, a Wi-Fi FPV drone. It's like $120 drone on sale. I believe it's GearBest, $79.99. I actually had that drone in for a review. I've been doing a review forever. I promised to get the review out before Black Friday on the Hubsan 216A. It's a good little drone. It's got a 1080p, you know, decent toy camera on it, about the same camera as the 501 does. And one last in-store deal. The ProMark GPS Shadow Drone, which I've been doing reviews on it. Brian Singleton sent me in for review, $99 on Black Friday at Walmart. It's a phantom size GPS drone, 1080p camera, tilts up and down. It does the follow me. It comes with VR goggles to fly when you put your phone in. You fly it with a VR. It's for people like Bill, like the DJI drones, but it's a good toy drone for a starter who wants like a GPS and not just a manual flyer. So that's all I have for this section. I got some FPV racing drones I want to get to, but I'm going to throw it back for Bill right now and let him start talking about maybe some FPV drones, and I'll give you some of my selections. So back to Bill.
Oh, Atmos, and you can see Billy has just posted his the website to his aerial photography company, I guess. So I haven't checked it out yet, but I will here shortly. I asked him to put the link up.
Great.
And here I want to go back to something because you all through it, and I'll let you get to. I still think you're going to be shocked at CES because didn't Spark kind of fly in an introductory manner at CES, and we just kind of had to wait for it to be announced, but it was released a little bit later. But even so, you all are talking about they want to control everything. If you got Alltel in the next booth and they're coming out with this 1-inch sensor and this big super drone, whatever, trying to make the Evo Pro or Evo Plus, whatever. And then right next door, you've got the newly redesigned Spark with new ESCs, quiet props, probably 22 to 25-minute flight time, a 3-axis gimbal that shoots 4K footage. You don't think it's going to step on what's sitting next to it if you sell it for about $750?
I'll react to that by saying that we keep comparing DJI to Apple. Apple could care less at these events what anybody else has released. You know, whenever they released their product, they stole center stage from everybody. Didn't matter. They never tried to be first with anything. They just tried to be the best. And I think DJI's operates the same way. They if their drone comes 6 months later, they know once their drone hits, it'll be the best, and it'll steal the show away from the other guys anyways. What do you think, Bill H?
I agree 100%, Ron. I said, it's like the old when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen kind of a thing. Like when Apple comes out with a phone, the world stops. It does. I mean, I'm an Android fan. Okay, I use Android's products right now. I had an Apple phone for years. I switched to Android. I love my Note 8. But with that being said, I mean, Samsung will have its event, and there'll be a lot of noise about the new phones coming out with Samsung. But when Apple has the event, it's just like people stop, people watch it, and it's the same thing with DJI. Okay, Autel. I mean, they told us they were coming out with a drone last year at CES, and that it was what? It wasn't until June when you actually 6 months before they actually came out with it. That was a long wait. And here's DJI. When DJI does it, okay. They're not going to say, for example, from what I hear, the Phantom 5 is almost ready. Okay, it's not quite there. It's not 100%. So that's why everybody's saying it's going to be like a first quarter kind of release, which I agree with 100%. So they're not going to rush the Phantom 5 to get it out for a holiday. It's inconsequential to DJI. What matters to them is to be able to get out a product that when it comes out, it's going to be one of those that's just absolutely going to level the playing field. Everybody's going to say, this is the bar, you're going to have to come up over it.
I agree totally, Bill. Like you said about this summer, the Alltel Evo coming out late. I mean, it got all the conversation for 6 months, but as soon as the Mavic 2 Pro and Zoom came out, and I'm not knocking the Evo at all. I don't have it. I'm sure it's a great drone. But the conversation, nobody talked about the Evo anymore. As soon as those 2 Mavics popped out or whatever, the conversation of the Evo just ended. The conversation on the Anafi just ended. When those two Mavic 2s came out, that was the total conversation went to them.
It did, and it's deservedly so, because everybody keeps telling me, it's like, oh, when are they going to get the firmware update for the Mavic 2 and everything? But you know what? I'll tell you what. When you look at the footage you get from the Mavic 2, comparing it, and I did this the other day. I compared some of the footage because I do a lot of flying behind my house with the lake back there.
Beautiful.
And I compared footage from the Mavic Pro, and I didn't touch any settings. This is what I do is I just let it go, okay, with the settings. I don't, ISO, everything, I let it go. And then I did the same thing with the Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro. It just your jaw drops. I mean, even in 4K, I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow. And that's like no editing, no post on it. It's fantastic. It really is. Oh.
Oh, I'm not trying to make you stop talking.
we're all watching.
I was supposed to do that last time and I didn't, so I figured, okay, I'll just do it without the mask. I was like, okay.
Is UAV Man making an appearance tonight?
No. It's not till next Halloween. We have to do something unique. Santa Claus might show up for the Christmas show, though. I think that's
really?
Oh, right.
Something on the Black Friday Christmas deal type thing. I wanted to bring some of where we go, because we do spend a lot of time talking about DJI, and I love lots of drones and tons of drones. And
same here.
Deals like Ron was talking about on MJX, especially the Bugs 3. I think they're trying to liquidate the whole fleet or whatever. So you're going to find Bugs 3s out there for anywhere from $40 to $50 all over the place, maybe even less on Black Friday. Sometimes we'll find really killer deals for all kinds of different drones on websites like Snagged Shout or Vipon or a place called Deal Rice or even Woot.com and Newegg Flash. Make sure you check out any one or all of those sites. Simply type in drone to the search tab and you're going to find all kinds of deals. Vipon and Deal Rice have pretty much the same similar deals, maybe one or two differences here and there. So you may want to check them both for a difference, but you're going to find introductory deals from drone companies, toy drone companies in China. They're going to sell you drones for $5, $10, $15 for what you would see for $70, $80 in the store, because they're trying to get you to check out their product. And all of those websites that I mentioned to you will hook you up with these deals. So be sure to check them out if you want to get gifts for either yourself or for your kids or family members to get them into this hobby. Anybody got something else to add to that?
Yes, I do. I want to show you what I'm going to be reviewing coming up. I just had this sent to me.
Ooh.
Private Eyes?
Yes, it's from Visuo, V-I-S-U-O.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah, I'm familiar with them. Yep.
Okay, and Half Chrome Drones just did a review on this. It's a GPS drone for under $100. They say it's the best GPS drone under $100.
You mean Vizio, like the little drone? Z-I.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they've been around for a couple of years.
Mavic first.
So
didn't they make the Mavic first? Didn't Vizio make the toy Mavic clone first?
They did, Bill. They did.
Okay, so it's going to be a good little, and it's GPS no less.
Yes, GPS, and it's under $100. And I saw Half Chrome Drones did a review on it, and it worked real well. However, one of the real interesting things, and Ron shared about the drone that he ordered from China, and it had taken like forever.
Yeah.
They originally told me that this was going to be here October 12th.
Uh-huh.
It came the other day. It was like November the 10th when it ended up showing up at my doorstep. And to boot, listen to this, guys. Okay, it was you could tell it had been repackaged, which was real interesting. And I go in there, everything's in there except now I take it with a grain of salt. Directions on these Chinese drones aren't always the best, but at least it's something. There were no directions in here, so I got to go look them up online. But I imagine it should be pretty straightforward. But I'm looking forward to getting it out and getting it up. I mean, we're still having some decent weather down here. I won't tell you that it was 82 and sunny today here, and low wind. I won't say any of that. So
we're getting in the Christmas mood out here, so I'm ready for some snow, and I only got to drive like 25 minutes that way. It's snow here. It's just a little, probably like 45 degrees, but there's not raining. It's not, but like I said, I can drive 30 miles and I'm knee deep in snow.
Right. Well, it's funny down here, and I can tell you this: when it gets into the 50s down here, and it does sometimes, like during the day, you think that you were going on a Himalayan expedition. These people they start bundling up, like they put on these coats and scarves and hats, and women get their boots and these cowling sweaters on and all this. And I just want to laugh from having lived up north all my life and watching people down here in Florida when it gets into the 50s. I'm just laughing my head off. It is so funny. You guys will appreciate that because you both lived up north. You know what it's like. It's hilarious down here.
Bill, my when I was like in my 20s, my mother lived in the Orlando area. She worked in the hotel business, and I would go down and see her, like say in February, and I would get off the plane. I would think it was good. I had a short sleeve on, no jacket. She'd pick me up in a fur coat on, and it's like in the 60s. She's got a fur coat, and I'm dressed like it. And this is good to me. I just got off. I got in the plane. It was 20 degrees. I got off the plane at 65 degrees. I'm in short sleeves, and she's got a fur coat on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, my kids come down, and it's funny when my kids come down, they're like that too. They're like, in short sleeves and stuff, and people are looking at them, and I just start cracking up laughing.
And we always love it when we have great weather to fly our drones and stuff in. And thinking about drones again, I'm really curious about getting into FPV, and I'm debating between the Baby Hawk or a Tiny Hawk. The Tiny Hawk seems to be pretty much indoors, period, but it's a brushless drone. So something tells me it can hang in a 4-mile-an-hour wind. But,
it can.
But I'm just wondering which one I should do. And I know I'm going to probably get the Tyrannus TX. And I was approached by somebody from FXT about those glasses goggles the other day. So I'm thinking I may get back with her and talk to her about that.
Nice. Well, Bill, I had that on my list for. Let's talk about racing drones for a few minutes. On my list of holiday bargains, I have the Emax Tiny Hawk on there because it's only $99. But most people only have it available for pre-order. The reviewers have it, but if you can't really buy it, you have to pre-order. And Banggood has it on pre-order. I'm sure others do too. But another a drone that's being reviewed by almost everybody, and it looks great. It's an Eachine US or UK 65 Whoop. You can get the American flag on it or the UK flag on it. It's only $75 on Banggood now. It's also brushless, and both of these they're bonded flies. You have to get a transmitter with it, but both of them fly acro. And for anybody who doesn't know what acro is, most of the drones we fly have usually 6 axes of stabilization. They're self-stabilized. Like if we take our hand off the throttle, it just levels itself. But an acro drone, it doesn't level itself. You have to level it entirely, or it'll go any way the weight's carrying it. And why you would want that is because if you're doing tight curves and circles around trees and between objects, you can fly it much more precise than you can a self-leveling drone. That's the thrill about these little racers that fly them in total acro. Now, Bill mentioned I already have a cheap pair of FPV 5.8 goggles that I'll use, until I get better. But I'm going to get the Jumper TX rather than Tyrannus because the Jumper allows you not only to bind with these bind to fly drones, but also you can bind it with many of your old toy drones, like your old Seamas and Bang On Toys and Hubsons, and it allows them. They usually have greater range, and they usually fly better using its Jumper transmitter. So I'll throw it back to Bill on that. His thoughts.
Which Bill wants, Bill too.
Whatever Bill wants to talk about racing drones.
Well, no, have you ever got any plans on looking into racing drones or acro flight, Bill?
I'll tell you what, I was just like so, not focused on it. And then I started watching Ed Ricker, okay, because I really like Ed a lot. And I got to know him when I went to the event. And I'll tell you what, he's the real deal. He's a wonderful guy. I absolutely love Ed. And I started watching some of that, and I said, wow, it is just unbelievably cool. I mean, one of the things I was really fascinated with was when I think he might have used his Mavic Pro to rescue one of the racing drones was on top of a building. I got the biggest kick out of that. But watching some of the videos, it's just really incredible. My thing is, I don't know if I could handle it with the goggles on, because I don't think I'm a goggles type of person. And I know that's kind of mandatory with racing drones. I don't know if I would suffer from vertigo from that or not. I just don't, I'm just like one of those things, is that something that's going to cause some disorientation with me? I love watching footage from them, Don't get me wrong. But whether I actually fly them with the goggles and stuff, see, that's the only thing for me that I'm just like, a little skittish on. That's why I've never really wanted to embrace goggles.
Do you get motion sickness?
No, I don't really get motion sickness, but I tried a couple of those simulators, like flight simulators, and I'm just like, time out. You know, I can't. I just like I had to cancel it. I had to abort them a couple of times because I just couldn't do it. And you know, it's not. You know, I get motion sick. It's just like spatial disorientation is real easy. And I think with these racing drones, I think that causes that. And I'm not sure if I could do that.
Well, Bill. Oh, go ahead, Bill Thomas.
No, I was young. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. What Bill H is talking about is very common. I've actually flown FPV. I have the little pepper that Bill Thomas has, and the small pepper, whatever it's called. And I actually have set up like my bug suit to do it. But anyhow, I have to sit down at times because of what Bill's talking about, the motion thing. If you sit down and fly, you're going to be much better off than you are standing up and trying to fly FPV. So take a nice, like, comfortable chair with you, or go to the park with a bench and get yourself sat down real nice. You know, put the goggles on, and you can probably relieve that. And you know that issue. I mean, not everybody can, but I have some of the same problems Bill H has. But sitting down, you know, relieves that for me, that I'm able to do it. And he brought up Ed Ricker. Ed Ricker reviewed the EMAX 65 Whoop that I just talked about. He has a great review of it where he's riding it, he's flying it all through his backyard, the trees, and his porch and whatever. So watch his review of the Ishi Whoop 65. It's a great little drone.
And I think if you've like Ron was talking about, if you get one of those starter packages like we were talking about, like the small pepper, or I think Ishin's has a package out, you know, that is, and you know, and just get you. It's got like the little basic box goggles that you can wear your glasses in, and then just sit down and fly around your house. Like I have like minor motion sickness, not to the point where I'm gonna, like, you know, it takes me a while to adjust to it. But you know, so I kind of understand what you're talking about the disorientation. But just like Ron was saying, when I first started out, I had to sit down in a chair because I would kind of get like this while I was flying if I was standing up, and feel almost kind of nauseous in my tummy. And then I realized, okay, if I sit down, and then I was getting to where I could fly around my head and look at myself and everything. And then after I did that for about 2 or 3 months, I could stand up and walk around and stuff, and it didn't really bother me.
That's cool to know.
But you can get one of those little starter packages. I think you can go like $50-$60. And it's got the goggles, it's got the little drone, battery, controller, everything in it. And they're pretty nice little duels.
Right. And one thing, the little ones, Bill, they're the toughest, the ones that master, like the little pepper. If you could successfully fly the little pepper around the house and not crash it or break it or whatever, you're ready to go outside. It's hard to do it inside with this little thing because the controller's a little tweak controller. So if you could do it inside, you could definitely do one of the better ones outside then.
That sounds like a possibility. I want to, yeah, that's sitting down. That's going to happen. That's for sure. But yeah, I think that's
with a little pepper, you can sit in your sofa and just fly it around, you know, whatever, a room without anything breakable in.
And you all were talking earlier about the slow boat from China. Well, I was talking about Vipon earlier, and I found this really killer deal. They're called the QC Bulgs quadcopter drone flying car with durable children's remote. Okay, and that's what I was explaining. They're selling them because it's an introductory product from this company. It's a rebrand, I'm pretty sure, but they're trying to get people to buy them. So they've got it marked, get this, 80% off for each one's $4.80 a piece. Little
now that is a deal.
Drone. So I went ahead and ordered 4 of them like the other day, and it cost me like, I think tax and all was like $24. But it's not going to be here till December 26th.
If you're lucky. Yeah, if you're lucky.
Well, the whole point is I'm not that I can get the money back if it comes down to it. But they told me up front that it was going to be that long. So I'm like, yeah, I'll wait. But it's like I said, there's tons of stuff. There's like the little what is it? The Ishin's E0110 or whatever. is they got like the clones of it on here for $12, and there's these little guys are on here for. This is Vipon that I'm looking at right now. These little guys are on here for. Well, they've got the ones with the camera for $16.50. These little guys, and then they've got these the Heliway, which is the Bolt B, very similar to it. They've got these. These have a little camera in them. All on right now for $35 a piece. That's $30 or 30% off. Usually, normally they're $50 plus shipping and handling. So here's a good $15 off right here for this. Couple of little new drones that look kind of neat. They look like little nano drones that they've mounted cameras in, but they look really and truthfully the little nano drone, and they've made them look like miniature Phantoms. No joke. I wish I could. Let's see if I can
pull it up.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's see if I can get it to put it in. I don't know if let's just do it this way. We'll come back over here. Let's do where are you? There you are.
By the way, I hear those little Heliways are great flyers.
Oh, I love the little Heliway. Yeah, see?
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Man, that is so cool.
PV. Look at that.
$20, man. $20 right there.
That's PV.
There's the new refresh on the tickets coming up. So
now, Bill, is that 4K?
Yeah. It would be. I think I'll be honest with you guys. I think that's the future of drones. I think you're going to have something about the size of an Alexa Pod. Or Echo Pod, or
right?
Alexa.
Yeah, the Echo, just the Echo. It's just called the Echo.
Well, I'm just talking about the little ones, the little pod or whatever.
Yeah,
that's going to be. It's going to be like a personal size drone. It's going to be able to sit right here next to you. It's going to shoot 8K footage. It's going to fly for 24 hours and recharge an hour and a half. Well, the stuff that you see in all the futuristic sci-fi movies, those little, like, what was it in most recently? The I can't remember which. There's so many of them that are like the Hunger Games and all those what's her name?
Right.
The little girl. There's like 3 of them. I can't remember exactly which one it was. There's so many of them that they blur together, but it's just kind of like a personal combat drone or whatever. But then there's, I think it's going to be what we have in the future. I don't think we're going to have these humongous birds in the sky. I think they're going to be smaller, stealthier, and with more capabilities. I don't think we're going to get bigger and bigger. I think we're going to get smaller and smaller.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, everything goes small once once the technology becomes affordable. So, well, listen, if we've gone through most of our deals yet, here's a question I want to ask both of you, and maybe you can even break it down into what do you call it, the hobby class and toy drone. What is the best deal for the holidays? What deal would you recommend for the holidays? But Bill H, which drone? If somebody was a first-time drone buyer and they wanted to get in, they wanted to get into drones and get a serious, a professional 4K drone, what would you recommend for them among all the deals that we covered?
A 4K drone, Ron?
Yeah.
Okay.
A starter drone, maybe not somebody that's that already has 10 drones. Maybe they've never flown a drone before, but they don't want to start out with a little tool. They want to get something decent. What would you recommend for them?
I'd recommend a Mavic Air
at $699.
At $699, I really would. I know. In here, and let me preface this because I had like 3 weeks with the Mavic Air. Okay.
Right.
And I really put it through its paces.
You did a great job of that review.
Oh, thank you. And one of the things that drove me nuts about the Mavic Air, it really drove me nuts. It wasn't the range. It wasn't the battery life. It wasn't the normal things. It was so incredibly noisy. I flew it in the neighborhood, and I had literally people coming out of their houses going out like, what is that? All right. And it is, and I put it up next to a Phantom 4, and it was like twice as loud as a Phantom 4. That's my only, to me, That's the biggest knock that I have, that DJI really needs to just, they need to put new ESCs and quieter props on that, because that thing is just, I have a friend over in the UK. He got rid of his for that specific reason. He said it sounds like a wasp's nest, and it really does. But as far as a drone is concerned, you could not go wrong with getting a Mavic Air as your first drone, a first serious kind of drone, because you're going to shoot in 4K. You're going to get great footage from it, and with a 3-axis gimbal, and it's going to have decent range for what you need. And from what I did with the videos and the stills that I took from it, it was fantastic.
I'd rather have a Spark camera with the Air's gimbal on it. I'd rather take a Spark drone with just a 3-axis gimbal from the Mavic Air, and you can keep the rest of the Mavic Air. That's my personal opinion. That's just what. And honestly, my personal opinion is, as soon as they finally deliver the Xeno, which I think it's going to hit, I think it's probably they're going to have enough quantity in the States in stores to purchase by mid-December, to where you can pick it up before Christmas. But they're going to have probably about $500, $550 on it. But that's going to be the drone. If once they get it on the shelves, there's not going to be, because the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm reading about it, I think that soft focus issue that we've all noticed is going to be solved with a firmware update. So,
on what we talked about before, the Mavic Air. Now, either Bill, I'll put this question out to you. Would you get the Mavic Air at $699, or would you get the Mavic Pro Classic for $799?
Ooh, I would go with the Mavic Pro Classic. Yeah.
Now, I haven't flown the Air, so that's why I'm asking you guys. I don't know how good the Air is outside of seeing the reviews.
Okay, man.
Okay, the big thing with the Mavic Pro Classic is you get your increased battery time with that. You can use quieter props with that. You have a 4K. That 4K camera that's on there, I think it's better than the camera that's on the Mavic Air. And you have increased range with it. And just all around. I mean,
I was going to say the OcuSync 1 on the Mavic Pro Classic probably makes it worth it over the Mavic Air with the Wi-Fi, right? Just that one feature alone may be the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, for only $100 more, Ron, that's a kind of a no-brainer deal. I mean, it really is.
Right. Unless you needed an ultra compact drone.
Right.
That would be the only reason to choose the Air over the Mavic Pro Classic.
Now, see, when my daughter got married, Mavic Air wasn't out yet. And I took the Spark with me. I had the Spark and the Mavic Pro. I took the Spark with me because of its size. That I wanted something I can put in my travel bag, because I didn't want to have to carry the case like that I had for my Mavic Pro, the original one. And it was wonderful for what it did what I needed it to do at my daughter's wedding, which was fantastic. But now in rethinking something like that, I mean, DJI did a lot of stuff right with the Mavic Air, but they really need to go back to the drawing board and retool some of that stuff. I mean, like I said, not only the noise, but the battery life, the range. I mean, those are things that are solved if you look at the Mavic Pro, the original Mavic Pro. It's already there. The battery life is there, the range is there, the original OcuSync is there. That camera that's on the original Mavic Pro I think is better than the camera that's on the Mavic Air.
Right. I mean, really, the competition to the Mavic Pro Classic is the Autel Evo, but now that it's $799, it's $200 less than the Autel Evo. So you sacrifice the 1-inch sensor, but you really don't sacrifice anything else, correct?
Correct. And with the Autel Evo, you have to also remember with that, it's physically, it's bigger. And I don't know if you guys, when I met up with Rick Smith earlier this year, I actually got to fly the Evo for just maybe about 45 minutes or so. But physically, picking that up, it's a very heavy drone. I mean, physically, if you look at it, I don't know how much it actually weighs, but it's built well, but it's heavy. It's a very heavy drone on one thing. And the other thing that I can tell you about that is, because it's bigger. It's bigger than the original Mavic Pro. So it's going to take up more room in a case. It's not as compact as Autel wants you to think it is.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's good to know. It's good information to share with the people, because I haven't had my hands on the Autel Evo either. So you've had firsthand experience. I've even flown it.
And I can tell you from flying it, its maneuverability was fantastic. I didn't get a chance to shoot any video. I just really wanted to get out and have a chance to fly it. And in flying it, it did well. But one of the things, and it's still a problem, and they haven't corrected it, and I know Ken Dono had talked about it in some of his videos, is that if you use their auto land, which is really their precision landing, it comes down smoothly. But if you're bringing the stick down, it's doing one of these on the way down there like that. It's not like a level platform. It's kind of like going a little wonky when it's all the way down. But if you do their version of precision landing, it comes down perfect. So they need to get another firmware update. But one of the things that I have to say about Autel, to me, I had an X-Star Premium, which came before the Evo. Okay,
right.
Their hardware is rock solid. I have absolutely zero question about their hardware. They build a great drone, and it's the same with the Evo. Their problem with the X-Star Premium was their software and their software updates. In fact, when I sold my X-Star Premium, it was still waiting for that software update. They measure time not in days or weeks, but months for software updates with that. But they've done unbelievable work with the Evo in getting software updates out there. They're much faster. They're much more responsive because they know they have a good product. They know that this is light years ahead of the X-Star Premium, and they want to make sure that it's going to be viable. And in order to do that, they got to get out there and do these firmware updates, and they're finally responding to that.
I have a friend of mine, Soulforce. He's a YouTube reviewer. He mostly reviews toy quads, but the Autel you had, the one you said you sold, that was one of his favorite drones of all time when he had it. He used to love that thing, the X-Star Premium. He loved that drone.
It was a great drone. It really was. I had absolutely. I was brand new to drones, Ron, when I got that. I never touched the control sticks on a drone till I got the X-Star Premium. I got it from actually on Amazon through Adorama, and it came with everything. It came with its own humongous case, extra props. There was a spare battery in there, the controller. I mean, it was set to go. I mean, Autel does it right. They do a lot of things right. And their Achilles heel was the software. But like I said, I think they're making a comeback with that.
Right. Good. And I agree with Lyle, because I like DJI, but I'm not a fanboy. I'd love to see Autel make drones as good as DJI. I'd love to see them challenge DJI. So I hope the Evo continues to do well. But right now it'd be, I guess, if you could save $200 by buying the Mavic Pro Classic, if you were advising a new buyer, it'd be hard to recommend it over it, huh?
Oh,
over
yeah,
buying
definitely.
the Classic, at $799.
But I think you're going to see, and that's one of the things I wanted to touch upon before we end tonight, is I think they're going to drop the price on the Evo for Christmas. It was $999. I think you'll see $899 or maybe even $799 for Black Friday in some places.
Okay, but let's go there. Let's take that question one step further. If the Autel Evo goes down to, we want to say $899, or you want to say $799?
Let's say $899.
If it goes down to $899, is that the one you'd recommend then?
I would say yes, because of the technology. Because
per second.
The 4K at 60 frames per second. I mean, how can you say no to that? And I know Dobo has done extensive testing with that, and I've seen some of his videos. The 4K at 60 frames per second, it's incredible. It really is. But again, down here in Florida, and this is one of the things. I've done a lot of filter videos. I've been getting Freewell sends me filters, RC Style sends me filters, so I'm doing these filter reviews. But the frustrating thing here in Florida is especially with the Mavic 2 Pro, is you got to twist and turn and put the filter on, and then by the time you get up in the air, you realize you have the wrong filter on. You got to land it and put another filter on because it's gone from cloudy to partly cloudy to sunny, and you had an ND4 on, and you got to change the filter, and it's just so frustrating. And I think that's one of the things Ken alludes to. You know, when you're shooting at 4K 60 frames per second, especially here in Florida, you got to have a good filter on it to do it. Otherwise, you know, a lot of stuff is going to be washed out with
let's do it, maybe not a whole show, but let's do a show in the future where we take a segment and talk about filters, because so many people have questions about filters. They don't understand what filters do for you. What's kind of like, put it in layman's terms, you know, what these filters do for your drones, and maybe make some recommendations or whatever. Again, maybe not an hour on one topic, but maybe spend a good 15, 20 minutes just talking about filters. Oh, yeah. And people in the chat room, if you have interest in it, say yes. If you say, I don't want to hear anything about filters, say that too.
Well, that's perfectly fine. Yes, we can do a show on filters and everything like that in the future too. Something I want to bring up, still on the same subject that we've been talking about tonight.
Good.
Here's the thing. If Xeno shows up mid-December, about as, you know, as good as we're expecting, if not better, what's going to be its main competition, or what is it going to be the main competition of?
The Spark, number one, the Parrot Bebop 2, and knocking at the heels of the Mavic Air.
Okay, yeah. So number one is the DJI Spark. And if it's anywhere close to what we're thinking, with a 3-axis gimbal and a 20+ minute flight time and 4K video, is DJI still going to be in the front in that area, or are they going to be behind?
Well, we'll answer that question in a second, but we've seen 2 reviews of the Xeno. Andy RC has got a hold of it, along with the RC sailors. The sailors have flown it a couple times. They're getting 19-minute flight times right on the first couple battery charges. So the almost 20-minute flight time is established. Now, we've seen video on it, and it looks a little soft, but here's the deal. If you look at Andy RC's video of the Xeno, when it's locked in on him by the trees, it looks crystal clear. It's as sharp as could be, but it seems to have a problem zooming at an infinity range. So when he aimed it out, way out, you know, in the distance at the trees, it looked a little soft, but up close, when he had it, you know, kind of, you know, on himself and these surrounding trees, it looked as sharp as a, you know, as a DJI product. So I'm very interested to test that part out when I get it. But anyhow, we know about the 19-minute flight time. 2 people have flown it. It hasn't had any flying issues. Nobody's did a range test on it. Nobody's taken it very far away. But the FPV has been like rock solid. Andy RC did the tap, the follow thing. It worked fine. So that's what we do know so far. You know, and Bill's question about, you know, who, you know, is it will it take the Spark away? You know, for people that want 4K, it definitely will. And for people who want 3-axis mechanical gimbals, it definitely will. If it tests out well, but so far in the early test, it has lived up to its billing, except for maybe a soft focus issue at infinity range. That's the only knock I could see so far on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with Ron, Bill. I think, you know, definitely it's a Spark, and I think the big thing with that is your big question is, do you want 4K or are you okay with 1080p? Okay, if you're okay with 1080p, then it's a no-brainer. You get the Spark. Okay, but if you want the 4K and you want a platform that's going to get you, you know, 20 minutes up there, and it is portable like that, then the Xeno is something you need to definitely take a good hard look at.
And I think the 4K, you know, the 4K, the resolution is the same resolution as the Mavic Air. You're getting the same amount of pixels of resolution as a Mavic Air for less than half the price.
We know the Black Friday deal for the Spark Fly More combo It's 340. Oh, excuse me. Is it the controller combo or the
349 for the combo.
Yeah, for the controller combo.
Right.
It's 15 minutes of flight time, 1080p, and a 2-axis gimbal. And for the same price, you get 4K, a 20-minute flight time.
Right. And remember, we've confirmed the 19-minute flight time. The Spark in reality, I never get much more than about 12 or 13 minutes. I don't get the 15 minutes. I'm going to say more in the 10 to 12-minute range than the 15-minute range. So we know that, I mean, after about 10 minutes, you got to get the Spark back to you.
Yeah. Hey, Billy, have you seen any footage on the Xeno? Have you seen this soft focus thing that we were talking about? We've been talking about it for a while because we started looking at the footage about, a month ago?
I already told Billy to come over to Jersey and he can fly my Xeno when I get it in.
And he said, "Let's do it." Did you see that?
Well, yeah. We'll make we'll film a little segment just for the drone therapy show. How about that? Exclusive video just for drone therapy.
That'd be good. The one other thing I wanted to bring up that we know about now, Bill's brushed on it. We've all brushed on it a little bit. Do we think the 28th is going to be a drone, or is it just going to be that little bitty camera?
I'll go first. Little bitty camera.
Okay, I agree with Ron. Little bitty camera.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a small. What did we say it was? Pocket Osmo Pocket. Like a YouTube vlogger camera that you can set up and take everywhere. I even theorized that you're just going to have a go live button on it that you set up in the software. You press a button, boom, you go live.
Okay, here's my question to both Bills. You go first, Bill H. But what do you think this product will be priced at? And if it's priced at what you believe it's going to be priced at, would you purchase it?
Okay, because it's going to have a camera in it, that definitely means it's going to be well above the $139 like for the Osmo Mobile gimbal.
Correct.
I'm thinking because it's going to have a camera in here, and if the camera, I think the camera, you're going to see that in the shape of the Hasselblad like it was on the Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro, because that's what they did with that cartoonish image that Billy talked about. Is if you look at it, you can see that shape that's real clear with that. I'm guessing, and I'm looking at a $450 to $500 price range.
And you're not buying?
I need to see footage. I need to see what it looks like.
Okay. How about you, Bill Thomas?
Wait, I have something. Wait. Hasselblad on a stick. I'm telling you, Hasselblad. See, it fits. It fits.
It does.
It does.
He got it. He's got it.
I'm telling you, man. Hasselblad on a stick. I can see this as like, what's his name? Jeff Dunham. Hasselblad on a stick. He didn't be talking and stuff and everything. Well, that's all I've got. Has anybody got anything else you want to go back over with?
Well, look, real fast. If Bill's right about that price point on this, new Osmo, it may put it in a kind of a direct competition with the GoPro Hero 7. Even though that's not on a stick, it has that. What do they call the stabilization on that thing? Super smooth stabilization. So I mean, you don't even need need a stick, and it's going to be about $400. It's kind of going to be a direct competitor to the GoPro Hero 7 then, in somewhat of a way. With the Hero 7 having the advantage that it's rougher, it could go underwater and do things that this Osmo can't do. So it's going to be an interesting decision. If you're thinking about getting a Hero 7, would you get this Osmo plus super pocket Osmo instead? Yeah. I really think they're if they do this, they're positioned to go head to head with I think GoPro and the Hero 7.
I think that's just one. If it does, I don't think that I think they're going to put something out, especially if it's going to be like a vlogger type. You got so many people that love getting on boats. Got so many people that like going to the beach. I think it's going to be waterproof. I think it's going to shoot 4K and 60 frames. It's going to pretty much do all kinds of high tech stuff with very minimal user input. It's going to be
Right.
simple push button and go, just a little click here and there. Nothing really complicated, and you're going to be able to put out phenomenal footage. It may even have some built-in software that's going to let you edit on the fly too. Who knows? But that's just my theory.
It's going to be interesting.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Now, since we're doing that and everything, I just want to go ahead. We've run a little bit over.
We are over
and everything. I wanted to say that our next show will be on the 28th of November, after Thanksgiving, after Black Friday, so we can talk about what deals we did and didn't find, maybe some new deals that have come about, and we can all talk about what tryptophan hangovers are like. With that, I will let my counterpart say good evening to everybody, and I will close out, and I will pass it to Bill, the drone reviewer.
Thanks, Bill. It was wonderful tonight. Thank you for doing all the hard work that you do, and thank you for looking up these deals, because I think it's great to get this out to people, because not everybody is a DJI fanboy or can afford DJI drones. So a lot of the drones that you mentioned are definitely in a price point that people can afford, and there's really kind of something for everybody this holiday season as far as drones are concerned. So thank you for doing that legwork. Ron, thank you again for a great show as well. I'm real anxious for you to get that Xeno, to see that, to get it up in the air, and to kind of give us a first hand on that. I got some great things coming up. We're going to have on my channel, I'm going to have the 12 days of Christmas, and it's going to be 12 consecutive days. I'm going to be doing a different giveaway each day. And right now it looks like the grand prize that I'm going to have is a Mavic 2 battery that we're going to have at the end. But I'm going to have Amazon gift card, Starbucks gift card. I'm going to have DJI swag that was only available at the event is the giveaway. I'm going to be giving away the RC style charger for the Mavic 2. I got 2 sets of filters I'm going to give away. So we're going to have a lot of fun in December. We're going to really, really just have a lot of fun.
And Ron.
Yes, I want to thank Bill Thomas for having me on here and doing like Bill says, all the hard work behind the scenes, getting us going with the all the technical stuff here, and Bill H, it's just great doing this show with you. I think I'm enjoying the show more and more. I really think we're doing well out here. I hope the people that watches think so. And I'm looking forward to your 12 days of Christmas. That should be a lot of fun. I'm glad you have a good giveaway for your all the subscribers to your channel. So and I'm glad we could point out some of these deals. In fact, anybody in the chat room, put a little message in or send us if you got any of these deals, and where you found them and how you made out with them, whether they were for you or whether they were Christmas gift. Give us a little feedback, and we'll talk about the ones that you got. Just put it in Coast to Coast Drones. Just say, oh, I picked up the Mavic Air at Best Buy, and there was only one left. Any story like that, we'd love to talk about that on the next episode. So again, thanks for everybody joining the show, and I'll throw it back to Bill Thomas to close us out tonight.
Okay, just a heads up for you guys. After I close out the show, just hang around for a couple of minutes or two. I wanted to talk to you about something that kind of popped up tonight. I'm grateful to have everyone here. Just like Ron Brown told you, the rebroadcast of the show will be up later. Please tell your friends and everyone that we're on a 2-week rotation. We will be back on November the 28th. And just like Ron was saying, if you come up with any deals, if you come up with any ideas, something you'd like to see on the show, please feel free to put your comments on the rebroadcast post, and we'll all see it. You're welcome to look for all of us on Facebook. You're welcome to look for all of us here on our YouTube channels, Bill Drone Reviewer, Ron Brown. I have links for all their pages in the description. I'll start adding the group links and stuff. Of course, Bill's got like 15 or 20 groups, and I've only got 3, and I think Ron's got 1 or 2. But we'll get that all in there too. Glad to see you, Eric. Sorry that you got in late. We're getting ready to kind of wind it up and everything. Super glad to have you all here. Hope you all found some deals and stuff that you might be interested in. Please come back and join us in about 2 weeks. With that, keep it in the air, folks.